Hey, Becky Bex.
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening? Yeah, we can walk around a little bit, grab some dinner at like 5:30. What do you think? That was awesome. Let's fucking go. Energy tipping point. What even is it? Energy tipping point is the point at which, like, through your previous thinking about what you want to do next in your life and how you want to hustle and kill it and just put more effort into things and be better and have a better physique and a better functional brain. And then there's stuff that you want to achieve, like, on top of that once you get there. Like, all of that stuff, that sort of next phase in your life when you're going through a phase of optimization, a lot of it happens in your head before you go and do it. And then eventually, once you've worked on your hormones, once you've worked on brain chemistry and you've gotten the energy to do it, and you kind of built yourself up with the philosophical stuff, the psychological and the intellectual stuff, otherwise known as mindset, then you reach a point where, like, you've done all this preparation in your head and with your body, your hormonal function, your brain chemistry, and then you kind of just change into this new person, right? It's like, that's the energy tipping point. The point at which, like, through your thinking of where you want to be in life and how you want to look and how you want to function, then through the incessant execution of strategy, right? The tactical side of improving testosterone if you're a dude, improving brain chemistry function, improving energy baseline, improving all parameters around energy. You just get to a tipping point where, like, you know where you want to be. You've done a lot of the preliminary work. I mean, feeling amazing is an ongoing thing, but, like, there'll be a tipping point where you've reached a certain threshold of optimization where then you kind of just take off. And my friends, like, that's what I want people to reach. Like, reaching that tipping point of, like, shit, I can do anything, dude. You know, like, no physique is beyond me. No monetary outcome is beyond me. No promotion, no type of work is beyond me. Like, I can fucking do anything, dude. That's the point at which, like, you really become invincible. And you feel like, because you have that conquer energy, not a whole lot can get in your way. And it's true. It's actually true. Not a whole lot can get in your way when you have that conquer energy and you've reached that energy tipping point. Talk about what happens before the energy tipping point, because this is actually really important. In a lot of cases, like, you'll be building yourself up. You know, you've gone to the doc and you recognize that as a guy, your testosterone is like in the 400 to 500 nanograms per deciliter range. Definitely something to work on. As a result of that, just of that, your brain chemistry is just not up to par, right? And, you know, testosterone being high massively affects neurotransmitter quantity and function. The active neurotransmitter signaling. You will have better access to excitatory neurotransmitters, which are going to make you function better, focus more, have better memory, have more mental energy when your testosterone's high. But so, like, when you initially go to figure that out and you recognize, like, actually my test isn't great and that is something to work on, and my brain chemistry isn't great, but, you know, now I have a path through nootropics, you know, and testosterone and optimizing my health to, like, make myself feel really good and feel optimal. You start this sort of buildup of what you're gonna do when you start to feel good. That's the most exciting part. You're like, I'm on this path. You know, I'm gonna be on this path of, like, just functioning awesomely, like having a lot of energy, feeling great, my brain working really good, like getting up in the morning and actually having ideas about, like, oh shit, I wanna do something different. I wanna do something new. Some of these goals that I thought, like, were way beyond me and I got way too caught up in my daily routine to even care about them. And, like, now I, like, historically, like, I've just thought, like, I don't know, I'm not energized enough, I'm not good enough, or it's just not me to be able to go and hard charge and pursue outcomes. Now you start thinking, like, I can do this. This build-up period before the energy tipping point, you know, before you go out and realize, like, I can kill it, I've got the energy to kill it, I've got the brain chemistry to kill it, and I'm ready, it's like a rehab period. It's like a rehabilitation period. It honestly is for your brain. You know, aside from the energy stuff that you're about to embark upon, it's kind of also philosophical, you know, and intellectual and mental framework rehab, and kind of changing how you think about what you can do, and, you know, the possibility of things out there. Like, I'm telling you, like, when people start improving testosterone and brain performance, they suddenly start going, like, wow, actually, like, I don't have to be reserved to, like, the life that I'm living right now. No way. There's just so much more I can do when I'm at my peak and feeling awesome. One of the things that happens when you reach the energy tipping point. So you're gonna know you're there, like, because then it's gonna be impossible for you to sit still and be lazy and not engage in goals, not set goals, not try to execute on goals, you know, not go to the gym. Like, you're gonna be going to the gym, you're gonna be wanting to work on your body, you're gonna be wanting to work on your philosophy, probably do yourself good going and getting some success books and reading those, reading literature that people have written that are successful individuals that have accomplished a lot in life. I mean, your whole routine will change. Like, some of the stuff that kept you stagnant, like, instead of like when you used to wake up and then maybe have some coffee or whatever and then turn the TV on and then, I don't know, maybe you'd end up watching a movie or something, you know, and maybe you had to go to work at 2 and you kind of didn't do anything between the time you woke up and then time to go to work. But like, now a lot of things change when your brain chemistry is working better, when you have different ideas for yourself about what you can do, when your testosterone as a dude is supercharging and you notice it and you feel it and you feel stronger and more confident. Like, in that time period, instead of sitting down and wasting 4 or 5 hours in that morning period, you actually want to focus on your goals. Like, so maybe it's side hustle, right? You're starting a side hustle, you're gonna run another company in the meantime, get that company doing some revenue, and then you're gonna quit your job. Like, in that time period, it'll become your like number one priority, dude, or one of your top priorities, to not waste that time like watching TV or, like, God forbid, like, you know, doing nothing. Like, you'll be focusing on getting shit done. A lot of that like rehab to get to the energy tipping point kind of happens like when you're down. Like, have you ever seen like that YouTube motivational video? Like, well, I don't know, there's probably 1,000 of them, right? That like have a dude in some sort of distress, right? He's in a bad situation, kind of sullen, downtrodden, things haven't worked well in his life, you know, and he's kind of in that place where he's like sitting in a dark room and plotting and rehabbing and growing his brain and feeling the pain, you know, of whatever bad situation he's in or was coming from. And that rebuilds a person. Those are the kind of states that push you closer to actually doing the right things to move toward the energy tipping point. I can't tell you how many people have hit me up for consulting that are like, you know what, Ryan, I've been watching your videos for like a year or 2 or 3 years or more, and I haven't really taken much of your advice. And honestly, I'm just done. You know, I just got my total test numbers back. My test is in the gutter. I do not have any sex drive. I don't feel good. I have zero motivation, and like, I'm ready to start doing something about it. These hills are serious. I can promise you, like, once you figure out the bottlenecks, there are things that are preventing you from having the energy that you want, no question about it. And once you figure them out and you remove them, and then where there's areas where you've got to optimize, you've identified brain function, testosterone especially, energy, sleep, right? How you eat and how that affects your sort of energy sustenance. Once you start improving that stuff, you're closer and closer to the energy tipping point. And I can promise you, when you actually reach that tipping point, you will know, because you will wake up like, wait a minute, something's different. Today I want to get shit done. Now I want to think about goals. Now I actually want to like plot shit out, dude. I want to figure out where I'm going in life and all these ideas of like where I could go. Now I feel like I can actually make them happen. Like, achievement for you is not some difficult mystery, like fucking black box thing that only like the gods among us know how to do. Like, you've got the energy now to go and do it. I mean, sure, the tactical stuff is up to you to learn, no question, but like, there's also no question that you can't learn it without having really killer energy. Look, throughout this channel, I've got probably 1,300 videos or so of content about energy and hormone optimization and primarily nootropics. So there is a lot out there, right, for you to start using and targeting to get better brain performance. But that's also why I built the Cortex stack. I mean, the Cortex stack in and of itself is an exceptionally strong, dopamine-centered, motivation, stimulant-esque nootropic. You kind of get everything with the Cortex stack. It is a perfect synergy of uridine monophosphate, CDP choline, artichoke extract, and bacopa monnieri. And the craziest thing about it is, like, when I first built this stack, first of all, I didn't even have the intention of making it a pre-made stack. I'm like, this is just one of my stacks. It was comparable to modafinil for me. And I recognized, like, wow, like this is, honestly, I couldn't live my life without functioning this way. And then, like, I don't know, it was like a year or so into, you know, having taken Cortex somewhat consistently. Like, I wasn't cycling as much back then because I didn't recognize the necessity to cycle. Cortex is also the type of stack that you have to cycle less compared to other nootropics. I was like, dude, this has got to be a commercial stack.
The moment we launched it, because I had already built up an audience on YouTube talking about nootropics and performance, like it was a hit, like an overnight sensation, and has been since. You got to get yourself a bottle of Cortex, because that brain energy is a huge part of having the energy tipping point to go kill it in life and have that conquer energy. Testosterone, how I can help you there is in the Testosterone Superclass. That is a video course that I built specifically with the intention of giving you a no bullshit, many strategies to raise testosterone. Depending on where you are, really no matter where you're at in your kind of journey around hormone optimization or lack thereof, there is a protocol for you. There are natural protocols that are highly effective and sort of multi-dimensional, and then there are also non-natural protocols which go into some really, really advanced gonadotropin hacking strategies. We'll talk about sensitizing the androgen receptors and engaging a strategy to do that while you're administering one of the protocols or all of the protocols, frankly, in the Testosterone Superclass. We discuss in there whether or not you should go on TRT. I mean, look, I have no issue with TRT. I mean, for some men, it's just inevitable. And for some guys, it's from a biohacker perspective. You have a lot of control of the process. I mean, that may be the route to go, but it's like, you got to figure out if that's right for you. And we make those distinctions within the Testosterone Superclass. If you need my help personally, we've got consulting programs, which really kind of run the gamut. I mean, I can help you design nootropic stacks, your own regimen. I can give you advice on which direction to go as far as performance goes. Should you focus on testosterone? Should you focus on brain performance? Should you focus on both? And how should you do that? In a more advanced capacity, I mean, if your brain functions really awesomely, but in the sexual department things have not been functioning well, that does indicate some sort of imbalance between really free testosterone, estradiol, which is E2 on the labs, and prolactin. Like, I know how to get that stuff dialed in. Libido issues, erection quality issues, all that stuff kind of encompassed in consulting. So go get some epic performance enhancing products at livecortex.com. It is what I live my life for, and the quality of products we build reflect that. We are getting closer and closer, my friends, to the launch of the Torque nootropic stack. And as we get closer, I am just getting more and more excited, because I've been taking Torque on and off for the last year, right? I found the stack myself, worked on perfecting it, sent out a bunch of beta testing samples to a bunch of folks to see how they responded to it. And quite honestly, like, I'm more excited than for the Cortex launch, because Torque is such a powerful, sustainable, I mean, you can take it more, nootropic stack that it's like, it blows my mind. Not to mention the motivated, stimulating energy that it brings to the scenario is like unmatched out there. So look forward to that. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of everything we do, because at this stage I'm pumping out 3 to 4 to 5 videos a week, a couple live streams a week, and so much more. We're going to be talking about a variety of new topics related to performance and having that conquer energy. You're going to see that phrase, conquer energy, like just that type of energy, is like a pretty consistent theme around here, because that's what it takes to kill it in life, and that's what we're all about. Thank you so much for being with me. It's been amazing hanging out with you. Talk to you soon.